Three, two. I literally never want to see an event like this. Just never. Just never. 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 3. Then it's like a 2. Then it's like a 1. I cannot stand how frustrating this event is. And I hope that in this update it will be reflected in some way, shape, or form. Look at this, man. There it is. That's the pride and true that I know is gonna happen. Yes. Fucking won. Come on, man. And you know what the worst part is I was actually hoping to get in here to show you that no matter what, you hit this, it doesn't matter if you roll a 6, it won't keep going. They need to not do the events like this anymore. I just wanted to make a note of that before it went away, because we're not going to have enough time to do it in the state of the game. So I just wanted to briefly discuss that in the update, and now it's time for the update. Sorry, I mean dev note. It is a dev note. All right. Just a heads up, this is obviously going to be part of the Knights Chronicle Content Creator program, where we critique what's coming into the game, what's being changed, and all that good stuff. As you know, it is very important to be very, very critical of what you guys want to see. So if you guys have any feedback on what you guys see in this dev note, what you like, what you don't like, please feel free to comment. They do look at stuff like that. So let us go into first thing that I see here. They are taking out the bounty list. They think that it is poorly utilized, sorry, because the rewards are weak, and I have to tend to agree with that. I only do the bounty when I want to do, I think it is the weekly reward. That is the only reason why I do the bounty list. I have no interest of doing it at all outside of that. So they're going to be replacing that with the Conquest board as a new, more attractive content to replace the bounty list. So it's going to be about using certain heroes to kill certain monsters. I do have a slight fear of this because obviously if they're putting in heroes that you don't have, are you able to still do these? Do you get less rewards if you don't have the specific monsters? You see them do this specifically. They've actually even used certain costumed heroes that will count towards it. They did that in the Valentine's Day event. I couldn't get that because I didn't have the Epic Quest Vlad skin in time to get an additional bonus for having Vlad. And I have Margarita, but I didn't have the Angel of Death Margarita skin in order to get the bonus. So if they do stuff like that, I'm gonna have to say that that's not it, Chief. So I'm really hoping that they don't do stuff like that, don't include the costumes. I know the costume system is a big part of the game, but I personally don't feel like I want to be objected to it for rewards. We have to see what the rewards are, and of course they do not really show you what the rewards are here, so we'll see. But they do say something interesting here. It is very important to check the Conquest board daily, since there are times where a very powerful opponent appears on certain days of the week. Don't know what day of the week that is. Don't know how powerful the opponent is, so we'll just have to look and see how that works. Battle continuation. We are aware that some players are experiencing some inconvenience because of the abnormal termination of the game app, and we are very frustrated that we could not achieve any noticeable results despite of continuous improvements being made. This is scary as hell. I personally have not experienced this myself, but if you have, please let me know. So pretty much what I'm hearing is that you're basically playing the game and then it shuts off. Now, each things as they're noting here, special dungeons, guild dungeons, and arena, these things cost a ton. Let me just pop this up. We're gonna go to Viridians. No, we're not. But let us just really quickly check the advents. This costs 72 energy to do, you know, pass or fail. The 4-star ones do. These cost 50, yeah, 52. And these are just those. And obviously you guys know the time space void goes up in stamina cost and things like that as you progress through. So it is very scary to know that you can be losing 70 something stamina and it's going to make you not want to play the game. I think the actual easy way to fix this, I don't know what they were trying to do, but just make it that if you fail, you don't lose the stamina. It's just an easy way. It makes people happy. It allows people to actually have more flexibility and spend more time in dungeons just trying to beat the dungeon. And if you can't beat the dungeon, you still have the stamina to go do something else, like improve your account. I think that is actually a way better way to do it, instead of like, oh, you failed or crashed, because you know it really doesn't matter. Because like as you can see here, I have 544 energy. It's called energy. This is like energy stamina. See, it's called stamina in this one. Stamina, energy. What is it? Like Grosser bread. I don't. Whatever. It's like different in so many games. But if you just don't lose, like if I was to use that, if I don't even think I can beat an Advent dungeon, I'm just not gonna go to it. And what's worse is if I think, oh man, this is the day that I think I'm gonna be able to do it, and then it turns out that just doesn't happen. You're gonna be pissed, and then you're gonna be like, I'm not playing this game. I just spent 50, 70 stamina, and I was at the end of the thing and I lost. Now, if they do battle continuation where it will pick up where it left off, that sounds okay. But I just think that if you just remove the cost of failing in general, it wouldn't be as bad if the game crashes. Yes, it's frustrating that you might have had a perfect run and then you lost it, but you don't lose the stamina. You can keep going, and even if it doesn't crash, you can just keep going. You could spend all day doing one thing if you keep failing at it, or if you keep disconnecting. So at least it's a little bit relieving of that. I think that would have been a better thing, because I feel like you can manipulate the battle continuation to maybe work in your favor to save your stamina or something of that nature. I'm not too sure, but I would suggest that. Let me know what you guys think about the battle continuation as well. Region 13, which is, I think we can go back here, right? And that is all the way here on the right side, this little lovely castle. And this is, from what we can see, the last little thing. A lot of other games like to make like other things to make it seem as though they're going to be doing this grand thing. But this is going to be the next thing that's coming in the dev note. Let's see if they give you a date. No, they do not. Alright, so Region 13, Theo and his group is going over there to have ice cream and pizza, and we love it. We recommend that you try Region 13 because of its star rewards and first clear rewards that are quite satisfactory. They're telling us. That is a statement. That means that they know. They're like, we know you're gonna like it. So I'm interested to see if they can satisfy my taste. To help new players get to the game smoothly, I always hate when I see stuff like this, because I'm not a new player. A lot of people that play the game aren't new players, but I actually still get people on my YouTube that say, hey, I just started. So it is nice that they're giving them rewards, but I'm always looking out specifically for things that are going to reward people that have been playing the game longer. There we go. We're integrating the events. That's pretty cool. Can't get mad at that. Improvements on multiplayer dungeons. This is going to be a scary read. I'm going to read this word by word just because I'm scared. Multiplayer dungeons is one of the core content of Knights Chronicle that allows players to enjoy strategic battles by teaming up with everyone, but is poorly utilized due to the low rewards compared to energy consumption. This is 100% correct. So far so good. This might get Showtime Doc back in the game. Let's see if we can get Showtime Doc back in the game. In the next update, the rewards will be upgraded, especially for the 5-player clear bonus. However, in order to have enough matching pool, we plan to operate multiplayer dungeon analysis difficulty limited to 4 only. Okay. Therefore, starting the V1.8 update, the exchange of SR heroes using hero spirits will no longer be supported in the laboratory exchange heroes. Please exchange them in advance. So, let me go to that. I can go to that. So here we go. We're in the laboratory. I should show you guys your laboratory hero exchange, and they're pretty much taking these out. There will no longer be these guys anymore. The reason why they're doing that is probably to make sure that you can only do the big bad ones, and you can't do these anymore. I don't actually think I've done any of these because they're terrible. There's no real reason. It's a really big waste of energy and stamina to do it. We hope that you will enjoy the multiplayer dungeon and recommend it to your friends. Now, I've actually always said this, and you guys, if you don't know me, what I've said is that I think that they should just either make it amazing or take it out entirely and don't waste any resource or time on it. Because it would be a grand waste of time if you try to do this adventure, you have people make this, and then it just turns out to be absolutely crap. So what I want to see here is that maybe it's the same, you know, everyone has a chance, or everyone gets, after doing like a few runs. Because remember, the current way it would work is that each person, I could show you guys, why not? So here we have event and we have multi. This is the multi for Decane, and it costs 72 stamina. Now that's what it costs, as you guys know, I just said it early in the video. It's the same cost as if you're doing it like as if you were doing it by yourself. Now the thing about the difference between multi and advent, when you do an advent, I have a chance to get this hero all, like that's it. Multi, when you do a multi, you have a chance, well no, you will get drops. I don't remember exactly how many you would get per drop, but it was not that great. Earn additional rewards recommended for this multiplayer. Wow, Bella's in here? What the heck? Oh, maybe they rotate. Now what you would do is that you would come in here and you would do this little dungeon. There's they do bonus heroes, but you don't have any more of the thing. Oh yeah, see, look. Oh, so they actually added that in there, so you can actually get the drop. Nice. That must have been a change over time. But what actually happens here is that you would, you could do 4 Damians, 5 Damians. You could make these really wacky comps, and that's what people would do. It was actually kind of fun because you could, that was good content when the game first came out. Hey guys, let's do Decane, and we're gonna use all this character and see if we can win. It was fun, So once people realized how unoptimal, how resource, not optimal it was just like, dude, I'm not doing that, dude. Let me just work on my unit so I can just come here and just do the standard advent, and then I was, good to go, instead of bullcrapping and trying to do it or get carried. Like it wasn't beneficial. So that's why no one did multiplayer. That's why if you ever see, I had guildmates like, hey, maybe we should do a multiplayer, and I'm like, no, I'm not wasting my time with that, especially if the other people fail and then your character has to solo like a 4-star advent, and not every character can do that. So yeah. Strengthening the growth codex. Sorry. Now what the growth codex is like based on when you get certain characters and you level them up in like 60 of them or whatever, you'll get random stats. Now the stats are small, as they are indicating here. It is a small increase. Now the reason why I didn't utilize it, because it doesn't, the game doesn't really alert you when you even get a bonus. I can go and try to see right now. I actually don't even know how to get to it. I think you do have to go to the codex, I think, specifically to see if you have it. Yeah, you go to the codex, which there's no reason for you to really go to the codex, and then you go to growth. See, look, I have this one for having the Full Metal Alchemist. Do you know how long I probably have this? And increases the hero's attack by 7%. Didn't even know I had it. It's just no like thing. And like, look, now all these characters are now stronger. So like, what they wanted you to do is to be like, oh, reach level 50 with these heroes. Oh, let me get Rebecca to 50, which is weird because I have a 54 Rebecca. And that was another thing that deterred me from doing it, because I when I first came here one of these times, I realized that sometimes it didn't seem to work. Like, or unless these are characters that I'll get it recently. Level 50 with these characters. I don't have him, but I definitely had a Decane that was 50 at one point, just for the crystal bonuses. I definitely had these characters by 50. No, actually not Meryl, but I definitely had a May up to 50 because for the crystal bonuses. Same thing with this guy. So it felt like it wasn't working correctly, in my opinion. That's just that's just me. I feel like it wasn't working correctly. And they added in new characters and stuff like that when they come in, and then you get these little small bonuses. But yeah, they're just 1%. So I didn't come back looking for here. But I also feel like what I'm saying is that I don't think that the game alerted you to it enough. As far as like, oh, now your characters get 2%. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. But the game didn't really tell you when it happened. So that's what I think why no one really cared about it. And it still doesn't seem that great of a thing to do. Just didn't care. So I'm interested that maybe that might make me look forward to it more often. But yeah. Landscape mode will no longer be supported. Support of landscape and portrait for new content. Event additions and improvements of existing content require more development time and limiting the usability range that can be used more easily and conveniently. We spent a lot of time pondering and decided to only support portrait mode in areas other than combat. Landscape mode will only be available during combat. We would like to reward you with greater updates and improved usability. So landscape mode. Now I'm pretty sure, yeah, landscape is the horizontal thing. I'm pretty sure, and portrait is vertical. So they're saying like the grading will be in this format, if I'm not mistaken, because this is the format I specifically like more. Only when I'm on the thing. I don't actually mind it when it's vertical. So that's not really a big thing to me. If it was causing them issues, then fine. You know, obviously, if it causes you issues, do what you got to do, because it really doesn't matter to me. I don't know if you guys have any gripes. Let me know in the comment section. If this is a big thing for you, I don't care. It's nice that they noted it. Number 9. We plan to add new collaboration heroes after the Fullmetal Alchemist collaboration. As for the new heroes for the collaboration, it's probably something you already know about since it is recognized in the global market. More information about the collaboration event will be provided in the detailed notice. Also, please don't miss out on the next update because we're preparing a lot of events. So we've always been scared when they say events. So they're saying that they're going to do more collaboration heroes. Obviously, I know a lot of ones that people want are the Fairy Tail update, collaboration heroes. I don't really care for Fairy Tail. I'm interested if they're going to do beyond Fairy Tail, because that's, you know, the other servers, that's what it stopped. It was just those two, Fullmetal Alchemist and Fairy Tail. Are they going to do more than that? Would be more interesting to me. Like some random games, or random animes. That would be more interesting to me. If they don't do anything of that nature, then it's like, well, you're just already putting out what was already out. You know, that's not much crazy work. So I'm interested to see if they'll go further beyond. And yes, like Heroes Academia, that'd be great to summon Deku, and that's a big global market. But you know, maybe that could be Fairy Tail, maybe that could be Black Clover. You know, there's a lot of animes that are really big that, you know, that were really popular. So we'll see what they do with that. And update, we introduced a schedule for the end of February, which is pretty much in a week. February ends in a week. And they're showing off a new skin for Momo. And as you guys know, I don't really care too much about the costumes unless I get some type of reward out of it. So, yeah, I don't know if this is going to be an epic costume, which I've already discussed with you guys. I don't want that unless they do the epic quest for them. Or that's the only way I want to get costumes now. To introduce that system into the game and not actually utilize it for pretty much everything else seems like a waste, because right now when I go to the epic quest, it's just like spam. Let me get my stuff. Let me get a new SSR character. So why not just do that for the costumes? Like Dog Trainer Momo literally could be a really good concept. Really cool concept, and the little story on why she became a dog trainer instead of like with a wolf or something like that. A silly little story. And I feel like they have the writers to write something silly. They have writers to do other things. It doesn't have to be that in depth. It doesn't have to be that crazy. And just a little stupid story with the same, you know, month-long epic quest process, and you're good to go. But no, you know, it's all right. So let's see what the people say. I like reading these things because it really shows, like, when people read this as I'm reading it, what they actually say. Whack, not whack. That doesn't say anything. I'm so happy that we're finally getting a ton of fixes in the game. I can't wait to see more. I'm a little bit upset with the enhanced rewards in the story mode. I hope that the players who already finished it will get adequate compensation. Love that. Customer, well, it looks like the new heroes are getting skins pretty fast. Whatever. Yeah, he's, you know. I was actually hoping this too, is that the new characters would get the older characters would get these new costumes, especially if I wanted to spend the $20, that at least, hey, you know, now I can utilize the Murdoch or whatever, or, you know, now I could utilize this character because now they're getting a skin. But when you keep doing the newer characters that are already strong, it just kind of seems like a waste. I'm intrigued to know who character will receive the next epic quest. Multiplayer improvements, great. I just hope I can play this without the app quitting during this. That is a huge fact. Think about that. You're doing multiplayer. One of the things that multiplayer was a little bit unstable as when people were actually doing it. Collaboration, that is cool. Fairy Tail and Kaiju Girls, yeah, don't know what that is. I don't want either of those. So yeah. Oh my god, the drops was horrible. Yeah, but they do need to make a guaranteed way, but I think the guaranteed way was to get like one or two of the characters and then start grinding the advents, which is not that bad. I think that they can do that. So you guys admit your app is the problem for the crashing. I've sent several emails about the crashing. You said it's my device probably, and asked to restart and reinstall. Then again, I'm happy for the update. Also, please, for the drop rates, man. This game has a pretty generous drop rate, though, for the summon rate, so it's kind of hard to front them when you have other games that have way worse. And it's not like bad as, you don't mix bad with bad, but yeah, you have to at least say, like, hey, they have a guarantee system that I think works really well for a game that is focused around having every character, and that is exactly what I feel the game is centered around, and that's what they need to focus on. And they kind of do. That's what the costumes are about. Like, oh, we already know you're gonna get Momo, so here's a costume for the character we know you have. That's kind of how that logic works. But I still would like to see all the older characters that we already summoned and that have limited use, and then bring them back into the meta. And who plays this game in landscape mode? It's sad to see that it will no longer be supported 100% of the time. No, I exclusively use landscape mode due to the screen I use. It looks better, runs smoother, and is a lot more comfortable to play in. I also play the portrait mode, so that sounds good. I don't really care, really. Please, free to play costume Momo. Just it doesn't matter if it's free to play or not. Just put it all in that same grind system, and no one would care. Like, they wouldn't even mind it. And if you want to make a crappier costume cheaper, then make it cheaper to do. Like sorry, not cheaper, but to take less time. And then make a really OP one, take as long as it takes for Vlad to become an SSR hero. So yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Of course, I read and reply to everyone on Reddit and also in YouTube. And I'm very interested to know what you guys think. And it is going to be a crazy ride. Let's see what these guys got in store for these next update, the multiplayer changes. Especially if the multiplayer changes, then I'll actually have a reason to be like, hey guys, come to the Discord. And by the way, I do put my Discord link in the description. Come to Discord and check, and let's play a multiplayer. Let's do if it's good. If it's not good, then I'm gonna ignore it. And I hope that they watch this video and listen out and really take some of this stuff to heart, man, because it becomes harder and harder to play the game when there's not enough updates and stuff like that. So I really hope that they hear our prayers and really keep moving the game in a positive direction. And that's all I'm going to say. This video is probably too long, and most of my videos always are, because I like to talk. So I will see you guys in the next video, which I'll try to upload some fun videos for KC. It's just I've been struggling in my IRL life, so I do apologize for the lack of videos on all games, not just Knights Chronicles. I haven't uploaded a lot of other videos for almost a week or so. Just been dealing with some stuff. So I appreciate those that are patient, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.